to practice this. Many of us didn't remember our dreams before, but now intentionally we want to know what our dreams are. And it may take a few days for us to remember our dreams. So just continue practicing, reading chapter again and again until we understand the depth. When we do the creating formula to remember my dreams, and I'm grateful for that dream, that I could know more about myself, then in no time it will be manifested. We'll start remembering our dreams. And then maybe in this group setup, you're not able to decode it, but later in your quiet period, just take that name each one by one and write those details with your higher self. That will be much more efficient and you can take as much time as you want. So let us continue today's practice. And I would like to welcome Jayaji for that. Today she is going to guide us throughout the session. So I welcome you, Jayaji. Welcome.
Thank you. So today the chapter is Dreaming for Truth. So far, we have learned that we are whole, complete, and full beings. Today, we decided, through the book, we are going to explore our dreams. There are lots of studies and lots of interpretations made by mystics, by physiologists. What are they actually? What do they signify? The thing is, a lot of us, or especially me, I thought that dreams don't have so much value. When you read the book, um, each thing clears up one after the other knot that we have brought from our past. And without realizing, our road gets cleared up. So, this is the chapter that explains to us that the dreams have a meaning. Actually, nothing in life is coincidence. When you sit to think, how can a perfect God create coincidence? It was meant to be, it had a purpose, it had a reason. So too, our dreams have a purpose. We can understand it in the form of two states: the waking state of consciousness and the dream state of consciousness. I was always curious about my dreams. So often I would get up sweaty, and like Nehaji said, someone's following me, I'm running, and I would get up with a race in my heartbeat, and I just come out of it. And till I didn't analyze it, it kept coming, it kept disturbing. And once I found the reason that it was bothering me, and I learned to let it go, the dream disappeared, which was magical. I didn't think it would disappear that easily. So, our subconscious mind registers everything from the time we are born. Whatever we program it to have is what it registers. And the mind digests everything, and slowly it becomes a manifestation of all the experiences that we are going through now. Um, there was a lady who had a cat, and during her son's marriage, the cat died, and she couldn't tell anyone. So she covered the cat, and the wedding went on. And many years later, she didn't know that the daughter in law had noticed that the cat was covered on the side. And when it was her son's time to get married, she said, "Oh, we have to kill a cat and keep it on the side. Then only my son can get married, because it is something we follow in this family." Small things we have heard, our beliefs, everything builds up to what we see in front of us. Um, Another thing is, like, we have the Chinese zodiac. And when you compare it with this one and that one, you will see the type of marriage or union two people can have. So somebody sent it to me, and when I saw it, it was written impossible. And I told my friend, "Why did you send it to me? Shouldn't you have checked?" She said, "Oh, you go to satsang, everything is forgiven for you." So that's when I realized we create our own reality. It doesn't have to be what others say. And these are small things that happen during our waking state. Many times we feel, oh, I want to be happy. And outside, you work on everything to make yourself happy. But whatever is cooking inside will manifest when it is grudge, when there is pain, when there is resentment. That is what will manifest outside. So you can't cook khichdi inside the kitchen and serve pulao. Whatever is cooking in the kitchen will come out on the table. Also, a lot of times we have negativity within us for someone. And when we are talking to that person, we say something that hurts that person. And we say, oh my God, I didn't mean it. I'm so sorry. But it was cooking inside for so long that it came out. So the chapter teaches us that what is inside will definitely manifest. So through this book, we have learned to connect with our higher self. We have learned to forgive people and circumstances. We have learned that we are complete beings, responsible for every experience that we go through. That is magical. When you are responsible, you have the power to change it. Slowly, our higher self, our inner guidance, clears our path, removes all the hurdles, big and small. We can see the big ones very easily, but there are so many tiny hurdles that are bothering us. And through every chapter, we align more with the universe. We work more on ourselves. The only one thing that's important is constant practice. When you constantly repeat until it becomes auto mode, like when we learn driving or singing or cooking or playing the guitar, anything that you learn, you can't practice once a month and think, oh, I know it. It's when there's continuous practice, constant practice, that the healing works. So, how can we reprogram our subconscious mind? The beautiful thing is, our higher self has never been separate from us. It has always guided us with correcting thoughts. First, verify your true desires. Then, second, find out the barriers, the issues that you are having. And third, create the formula. It's just these three simple steps. And when you change your program within, the outcome completely changes. I read in a book that one lady said that when I was small, every time I made a mistake, my parents would either slap me or put me in a dark room to punish me. And when she got pregnant, she said, am I going to repeat that? Is that going to happen? Am I going to follow what my parents did? But I did not like what they did. So she joined meditation and she completely changed the way she behaved with her child. So you have the power. You are responsible. Also, it's like a taxi meter. You can see it increasing till something is bothering you. And once you get down from the taxi, it stops. So you keep working on yourself, and suddenly that thought disappears, that dream disappears, that disturbance disappears because it became clear. You got the message that you were required to receive. All this time, we have ignored our higher self. It's always been there to guide, protect, and help us. Now, through this course, we have learned to hear it, to feel it, to recognize it. Now, since we do not focus on our higher self during the waking state, it tries to come to help us in our dreams through images, through symbols. The higher self gently, softly, with love, tries to show you something that you require to know. Of course, nightmares can overshadow the higher self, but keep trying, keep focusing, consistency, and you'll get there. When I got married, I always told my mom that I cannot sleep in the afternoon. I have a lot of things on my mind. And she said, tell your mind and your body listens. So you tell the body that, listen, it's time to go to sleep. The baby is sleeping. You need energy. And close your eyes and relax. So even if you can't get deep sleep, your whole body is in a state of calm where you can get recharged. And believe me, it happened. All you had to do is guide your body into doing it. Also, there was a time when overnight, my mom and my sister had to run away from Jakarta. There were lots of riots. And at that time, it was very hard because the trauma was there. We had fear of people entering the house, fear of things happening, fear of a lot was happening there, and you could see it on the news. And it took us a while every day to tell ourselves it's over. It doesn't happen in front of us. It's not there anymore. You can calm down. You can relax. And slowly it disappeared. The fear, the tension, the frustration, the cry for help, everything disappeared. So you have the power, you have the magic in your hands. It just, we didn't realize that. Also, every time we get the symbols, everyone interprets the situation or the symbol in a different way. For example, if I think of water, I feel it is cool, calm, and going with the flow. But it could mean for someone else a flood, a sense of drowning into something. So let your higher self guide your dreams, because that's how you will know what it interprets for you. As your dreams get analyzed, I feel some burden is lifted off me. So today, we are going to create a formula to remember our dreams, to go through it, and the higher self will guide you through it. It is like when before we sleep, I tell myself I have to get up at 7. I make the alarm at 7. But 10 to 7, 5 to 7, my eyes automatically open. That is the magical power of thoughts. So before going to bed tonight, keep a pen and paper by your bedside. As you wake up, note down everything you saw in your dreams. The people, the places, the feelings, the actions, the colors, whatever you could see, whatever you remember, and write it quickly because it fades away very easily. Then use your quiet period to learn the meaning of the dream. So when you're sitting in silence, ask your higher self. Don't guess, don't anticipate, because there is a huge difference between your thinking and the higher self. And slowly, after you have understood your dreams and things get clearer, ask your higher self, is that all? Is it the entire interpretation? Is there more? And once you get a yes signal that it is done, then you are clear. So finding out that creating formula will hasten your reprogramming. Remember, you have the power to take control of the remote. Like the TV remote, we don't like to give it to anyone. We want to control. So then we learn to control our feelings, our thoughts. We learn to understand our dreams. We take control. After your quiet period, write down your dream interpretation and on a separate sheet, write down all the symbols used and what they meant. Remember, different symbols may mean different things in different dreams. Now, during this week, make a conscious effort to live life with the new programming. Repeat the creating formula, and from your dreams, from its analysis, follow it and you will feel the magic. Now, one thing that I did with my dream is before I go to bed, I watch what is good for my mind to digest, not horror movies or anything else that disturbs the mind. Follow the process step by step as we've been taught in this book. When you feel you are the image of God, when you feel you have the power to send love and light, and then you close your aura and you go to sleep, the energy is just different. It's like when you have a kitchen full of utensils, you clear up the kitchen and then you go to sleep. And so during your quiet period, clear up the thoughts that come to you and then go to sleep. And then when you wake up, repeat this process. And the dreams become lighter, the dreams become clearer. The more you sit with yourself, the more you give yourself time. As you align with the universe, everything you want will manifest in front of you. That is the summary of my chapter.
So enjoyable, so beautiful. With so many examples of our subconscious, our correcting thoughts, dreams, and all your love for higher selves. It's so beautiful. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Jayaji. You're getting all these hearts.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for this beautiful explanation. And adding your perspective to it makes everyone know the topic uh, deeply. So, thank you for doing that. Now, everyone should feel comfortable with the topic. It's day 3, and we have repeatedly talked about the same things again and again. So, just like Jaya ji did today, all of you are now supposed to write your own summary of the topic. And when you do that, at the time you will see how much different it is for you. Each one of us will receive that guidance deeper. So it may seem a little too much to do, but try doing it. You will find it extremely powerful for yourself. So when you get some time during this week, because you still have 4 more days of practice on this topic. So please take the time and write a summary of whatever you have understood. Nobody is going to evaluate it, nobody is going to analyze or do anything with that, but it's only for your purpose.
Especially this Babaji course, everything looks like, okay, it's just 2 pages, 3 pages, 5 pages. But when we start to summarize, it is so difficult because we understand the language is such that we understand, but expression comes difficult. So just try to put those keywords like dreams, subconscious mind, higher self, like Jayaji did today, is beautiful. And see what your understanding is, how it is connecting, how this game is played. Then it gives a little clarity. Okay, this is what he's trying to say. I knew about it before, this much, this much, this much, and now everything is coming together. So it's a kind of experience, and it takes us deep.
And the reason why I am asking you to write the summary is because writing is a function controlled by our subconscious. And this in this chapter we are learning the mechanism of how subconscious works, right? So by doing a summary, by writing a summary by yourself, you will practically see the difference between your conscious mind and your subconscious. Try doing it, you will observe. So writing, I didn't ask you to write a summary earlier because subconscious had not been described to you. Now at this stage you are learning the mechanism, how subconscious is controlling everything that we do, right? Like Jayaji was mentioning today, if you are cooking khichdi inside, how can you serve pulao, right? That is exactly what I am talking about. When you write down your summary, you will begin to see the khichdi, and that's when you will have a realization, I am only imagining that I have served pulao in the plate, but actually it is khichdi. That difference you will know, that by reading and by writing, these are two different things. Writing is controlled from your subconscious, and so whatever is there in your subconscious will come out in writing. So try doing it. Okay, that will be very helpful for your deeper understanding, and also understanding how your subconscious is controlling your life. That realization is much more powerful and significant. So thank you, Jayaji. Thank you for a lovely explanation. You can continue with your practice. I will play the music for you.
Thank you. Today, as we sit again for our quiet period, find a comfortable position. Drink water if you need to. Remove your watch and disconnect from the outside world. Breathe, pause, and relax. Close your eyes and feel the energy. As you breathe in, feel the power of love and light illuminate you. And as you breathe out, release all your doubts and fears. Slowly and gradually, Let's dive into the ocean within us. I am made in the image of God. God is love and light, and so am I. God is joy and peace, and so am I. God is abundance, God is truth and compassion, so am I. God is limitless. God is without boundaries, and so am I. I send love and light to every cell of my being. I send love and light to everyone around me. I send love and light to all living things and non-living things, to all the animals, the oceans, the trees. I send love and light to the powerful mountains, to the clear streams. I send love and light to the sun, the moon, and the twinkling stars. I am full of love and light. To all uninvited influences, I send love and light. You are all whole and healed. You were created of love and light. You are still love and light. You each have a perfect place to be, where there is no fear and there is no pain. I request my loving higher self to take you there. Each of you go in peace. I close my aura to all except my higher self. I am responsible for all my experiences. I am the creator, the director, the actor, the producer, and the scriptwriter of all my experiences. Everyone has come to play a role in my drama. I accept myself and I accept everyone around me. Life is for giving love. I feel connected to my higher self and I feel its guidance. I am aligned with my godly qualities and my thoughts. I realize that my thoughts create my world, and so I will reprogram my thoughts to create a new world. I am all-knowing intelligence. I have learned to claim my true desires. I know how to correct my thoughts. And I have learned to forgive with truth. I manifest perfect health and I feel the love flow through my being. I have the power to enliven and empower my heart. I have learned to clear my aura and I have learned to clear the aura of my loved ones. I accept myself and I promote another's self-acceptance. Now, I am ready to work on my dreams. Every dream has something to say. It is my loving higher self that shows me the way. I will write down what I saw in my dreams as soon as I wake up. Ask your higher self to give you the knowledge you are supposed to receive. What each person meant in my dream, what each building represents, and the timing. What significance does it have? What did this activity mean? What do the colors mean? Our higher self is here right now with us, always to guide, to help, to protect, and show us the way. Everything is working in my favor. When you feel your higher self has guided you with the entire interpretation, ask your higher self, is that all? Continue with the interpretation until you get a yes signal. Now, as you realize you have the power, create a formula to correct the thoughts that require improvement. I have the power to reprogram what I want to see, to change my experiences, to manifest what I want. Step 1 is the awareness that my dreams represent something. Then we ask our higher self what they mean. The people, the buildings, the feelings, the actions, the symbols, the time of the day, and the third step is Create the formula to correct your dreams. Be ready to practice this claim. God and I claim and accept the ability to remember every detail of my dreams with forgiveness and thanks. Amen. Now I request my higher self to show me the barriers that are preventing me from remembering my dreams. You may write down the thoughts that need correction. I heal and release the thoughts that make me forget my dreams. Now, I replace those thoughts and I'm ready to learn from my dreams. I invite my higher self to guide me today. Please guide me so I remember all the details of my dreams. Such as the buildings I see, the people I met, the time, any unusual activity. Please guide me and explain its meaning so I know. I accept that I will remember all the symbols I saw in my dream. I now understand the meaning. My claim is now complete. Amen. During your high quiet period, Ask your higher self about the dream, what it meant, what it felt like, what I saw, what I heard. My higher self is here to help, guide, and protect me. My higher self is here to show me the way. I understand my dreams, and that has changed my reality. My experiences, my manifestations. I thank my higher self for all its guidance and so much love. Once again, I send love to every cell of my being. I can feel the infinite flow of love vibrating from my heart to my surroundings. I see the love overflow all around me, in my entire house, the entire city, and state. I send love and light to the beautiful Mother Earth and the limitless skies and the big mountains. I send love and light to all the rivers and the seas. I send love and light to the radiant sun, the bright moon, and the twinkling stars. I send love and light to everyone, to all animals, to all beings, living and non-living. We close our aura again. So in your mind, repeat after me. I close my aura to all except my higher self. I can feel so much love overflowing from the center of my heart. I am here in the present. I am here right now to create what I want to see. I am here to manifest what I want to see. I feel gratitude to all the masters who have guided us step by step through the talks and the experiences and the love. Like a guide, like a mother, like a teacher, as a leader, and as a friend. I feel the power to heal. Life is for giving love. We are created in the image of God to live life to the fullest. Slowly come back to this space and feel the energy flow. You may wiggle your toes and stretch. Whenever you're ready, unclasp your fingers and put your palms on your eyes. Gently open your eyes inside the palms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And when you're ready, with a big smile and a heart full of gratitude, bring yourself back to the perfect being that you are. You may want to take a sip of water and, with heart full of love and gratitude, you can open your eyes.
Thank you. Thank you, Jayaji. Beautiful, just magical. Very nice. Thank you.
I'm really so happy to be part of this meditation. It was so deep and also very heart centered. Your energy itself is so heart centered that whatever you were saying was coming straight from your heart. That's how beautiful it was, and it does connect. I'm sure everyone would have felt that connection. Really beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It just feels like stay there. You keep guiding and we stay there. Nehaji has written already in Heart Center while she was explaining the chapter, so it was easy.
Yesterday, I was on a flight. The flight, I think, was 2 hours. And when we boarded, I sat to close my eyes and I said, okay, time for quiet period. And I opened my eyes when the pilot announced that we have half an hour left for landing. And I was lost. I was just in a different zone. So much with myself, so fulfilling, so satisfying, yet no explanation to tell anyone how I feel. It's like what they say, Gunga Gud Khai. He cannot explain to someone else how he felt. So I feel every time I sit, there's a realization, there is a different feeling. It just feels amazing.
When you are in a flight, you are closer to God. Physically also and mentally also. I'm not sure how many people notice this thing.
I have experienced it.
Mhm.
It
It's a different plane of energies.
Mm.
And then you are logged in the plane with a set of people who have all kinds of energy. That's another difference, right? And in that group consciousness, you are in a total different environment. So the other day, I think Rima ji had mentioned about her experience in the flight as she was traveling. Flight experiences are very different. So the best thing is you utilize the time properly. In the flight, usually people will be spending their time watching that movie on the screen. Right? Most people do that. But I somehow have started developing this habit that when I am outside the house, I put my phone in the pocket. I don't even open my phone, and of course, no other screens. I just like to connect with the reality. That's what I do. So, um, slowly and gradually, you begin to come to that realization. Yeah.
it automatically happens. You don't feel like doing anything else where you are. Just experience why you are there, what you're doing.
There are too many, too many things I can talk about flight experiences, but yeah, um, I at some point in my life, it was not very young. It was slightly older. I don't remember the exact period, but um, I think I was 40 or so, or 40 plus, and at that time, I developed a phobia that I used to feel really afraid while in the flight when it is about to land. At that time, I used to be very anxious, very like lot of anxiety, lot of fear, and it lasted for several years actually. In the process, I started reducing my travel as much as possible. I started avoiding flights and so on, and then it so happened that this happened during my learning of the Akashic records. That's where I saw myself as a pilot of a plane, and that plane crashed. And I only to that much I was able to witness through that, and I had this realization. Well, this is where that phobia is coming from. That fear when the plane crashed was still stored and stuck in me, and after that I was okay with my flights. After that, this thing didn't happen. So subconscious stores information, fears, feelings, emotions, all that is stored in the subconscious, and those are the ones which trigger. And in uh, in more technical spiritual language, these things come online. They open up at a certain point in life. So what I was able to, I guessed that I may have been 40 plus or whatever that age, um, when that event happened in my one of my past lives. So I must have been some kind of a pilot, or I don't know, maybe Second World War or something. I must have flown those planes, because I was able to see there was no people. There was a green grass and a nice landscape I could see. And then I was able to see the propeller of the plane, those old planes with one big propeller in the front. I was able to see the propeller. That much I was able to see. Right? So this is how information is stored. Experiences are stored and they get released at an appropriate time in life. So my flight experiences subsequently have become nice. I don't feel any anxiety when there is turbulence and so on. Um, no problem at all in flying anymore. So these are phobias that are stored, and they can be released through these experiences. So it's something, there are many more things I can talk about, but uh, all of you can relate to such experiences. When you see the passengers around you, they are anxious. The energy in the plane is quite negative, usually, because most people their fears come to surface. They are in that state of fear. So that's the kind of energy you are in. So what you did going into a quiet period would not only did not only good to you, but also to people around you in the plane. They would have felt little more peaceful, less anxiety. That's what we all need to become. We just need to be those little lights, or traveling, going wherever we are going, and be the light. Yeah.
And I think yesterday or day before, you all mentioned that we also daydream.
Mm.
So we also ask our higher self for the daydream. The daydream, we are awake. So we create like one buggy is there of the train, and then we add the buggies. We add our thoughts to it. We build on our dream, right?
Mm.
We
Mm.
have the power to stop it
Mm.
because we are awake.
You can, but you definitely can ask your higher self for interpreting that imagination. Call it imagination. Don't call it even dream. Call it your imagination, because we have that block in the mind that, oh, this is my mind constantly chattering,
Hmm.
right? But remember, the mind is also part of you only, and it has a thought. Where did the thought come from? The thought is an output from the khichdi inside. So you need to, now you can utilize your connection with the higher self to interpret, or to actually understand what is the meaning of such a thought. Is there something that I need to work on for my uh, um, inner cleansing, right?
Hmm.
That's the kind of thing we can think of. Um, Daydreaming is a process very similar to dreaming in the night. And I really don't have much knowledge on that side of things, but I guess that probably it's happening in the same realm. Wherever the dream is happening, daydream also happens there. Essentially, it's through our mind only we are connected there. Anything else anybody would like to share or talk about their dreams or something of that nature?
Every time you bring yourself back to the present, then there's no dream. When you come into the moment,
Yeah,
you are there, then there's no dream.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are in the physical plane then, right? You are back in the um, ego. In the dream state, our ego doesn't go with us. Ego stays in the awake state. So when the control is in the hand of the mind, ego will take over. When you release control from the mind and move away from it, ego remains with the mind, and that's the reason why we have that different experience of no control. That no control comes from loss of that ego. That, to me, the best way to describe a dream state is that it's a glimpse on my real existence, actually. This one, the one that I think is real, is actually an illusion. Right? We have created this movie. We are in a theater called the body, and through this theater, we are watching a movie, which is created out of our thoughts, our creation, our manifestation. We constantly keep creating newer scenes every day. Every moment we are creating a new scene and a new situation through manifestation, through thoughts. So, to me, when we come out of this state in our sleep, we go back to our real state. That's our default being. And in that state, we are limitless. Nothing limits us. Right? Limit means boundary, right? And boundary is ego. Ego separates us, and to separate you need a boundary. That's why ego creates the difference, the separation, and that's where the boundaries come from, limits come from, right? And when you know that you are unlimited, you are unbound, and that means you are not with your ego. So you, in that state, rules don't apply. The rules that your mind creates in this world, that things should be like this is the definition of a good, this is definition of a bad, all our rules and regulations we create, and then there is law, and then there is a social norm and whatnot. These are all limiting, and those limits don't exist there. Anything is possible. That means possibilities are limitless. Not only we are limitless, even possibilities are limitless. So that opens up your vision of solutions about things. How, if you are going through a problem in your current life, how can you solve it? That solution can also come from there only. Because there you will not be thinking limited. There you are part of your own all-knowing intelligence. That's what it is. So, I mean, this is my interpretation, that in that state, this is why we feel so different. In my, I mean, if anyone remembers their dream, they would know how that experience was so different from this experience. Although emotional, the feeling part was still the same. The feeling was feeling of pain or feeling of joy, feeling of happiness, feeling of fulfillment. All those feelings are still the same. And that is the experience being created even there. Oh, these are all very loose things. I mean, it's just open for interpretation. You can have a different interpretation. I'm only interpreting that experience through a logical mind. Funny thing, really.
In the chapter, there's a paragraph where it is talking about subconscious and dreams. So there it says, whatever, whenever you you dream, the effect is in your mind, right? There's line like that. Let me read that out. So that's what you are trying to explain actually. It impacts our conscious mind, even though things are happening in the background, but the effect is in our conscious mind. And that's how we are able to change it, reprogram it.
Yeah.
So indeed they do. You might say that they are another state of consciousness. Your waking state is one and dreams are another. While you dream, you live that dream. Its delights and fears seem real to you. Its experiences are acted out in your mind. So that's what it is.
Achalaji, you can unmute yourself and share your experience. You can, I think you can unmute yourself as well. Yeah, you can unmute and share. Maybe I will give you that.
It's open for all.
Good. So, I mean, everyone is now able to understand how to work with your dreams, right? You will have to individually work. Excellent. Nehaji is adding to it. Nehaji, would you like to talk about what you have just mentioned here? Ego doesn't go completely in dream state, but expands in dream state to experience the limitless. The waking identity goes away. Yeah, going away of the identity itself is loss of ego. Ego creates the identity, that wall, the barrier I keep on mentioning. Yeah. 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 Geeta ji wants to say something. Yeah. Please unmute.
Hello, Atmandan to all. Sir, I had been talking to you about like we can share others' experiences too. I mean, all the experiences don't have to be mine. And like you were talking about in the dream state, that the ego probably goes away. But today I heard a young man saying that actually, where is you and where is I? So the one who's having experience through all of us, it wouldn't matter to that Almighty whether the experience is coming through me or through you, or if I transcend beyond my I, uh, I mean, your experience is mine then.
Correct.
That way.
That's
there
right.
is something. Yeah. So, like you used to say, no, somebody who doesn't drink might have already experienced something in the past. So I always used to think that we get experiences from each other's behavior and other things too. So this young man's statement that because there is no difference between you or the other. So that is why can't you share experiences? You're free to learn. You're free to experience to whatever from where you want to.
Okay. I have some pain in my body. Can you feel it?
No, but that look, if a person knows what pain is, and
Doesn't
the other person,
all
no,
pains are not the same? No. You have no idea how many different types of pains are there. I've gone through so many types throughout my life. I'm living with pain. You cannot have that experience anyway. There's no way.
It's really seems true to me. Like even the dreams, if I'm seeing something in my dream, the other person cannot perceive.
Exactly. That's why dreams have to be interpreted by everyone by themselves.
This is where we have created the separation, isn't it?
No, 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 no. It's not a question of creating separation. If there was no need for my specific experience, why was I even created?
According to that person,
No,
we
no,
don't
no.
require
Think
that
about
many lives.
think
But
about
sir,
just
हाँ,
create
नहीं, but
100 people and they will keep on having the experiences, and that experience the experiencer will keep on collecting.
Mhm. But the
Each one of us
oneness,
has been uniquely created for a reason.
that's right. But that does not mean that each one of us has to go through all the experiences
We don't have
individually.
to. No, yeah, I agree on that.
Huh.
Not all
So
the experiences,
not
not all.
all the experiences. Yeah.
But the experience for which I am created, right? That I have to go through. My
Yes.
in they we have to fulfill the purpose for which I was created, right? Then the creator's creation is successful. So basically, the message that I constantly have been giving is we have to blossom to the fullest for who we are. And to be able to do that, we have to shed the veils we have been wearing. Our true self has to come out, and our true self is not the same. Everyone's true self is different. That needs to come out. And that's what is mentioned as perfection, a combination of the so-called good and bad. It's just a unique creation. We separate it out. Well, okay, these parts are bad, these parts are good. So my unique expression, the expression for which I exist, that needs to blossom and come out fully. And to be able to do that, I have to shed my inhibitions. Inhibitions means the barriers that don't let me express. That's what we are trying to do here. Experience is only knowledge being gathered while we are going through that expression. But ultimately, that expression that I am meant to be, that is what the purpose. And that I will not even know what that expression is until I have known myself. Self-realization is that's why the ultimate goal. Realizing who I am. That realization is the purpose. Once I realize who I am, everything is over. The story is done. Chapter closed. Right? So sharing of experiences it does happen, not in the exact form. It's like not a photocopy. Even photocopies are different, but all I'm saying is how I feel, I can't explain in language, right? So sharing of experiences is it happens through group consciousness, also through physical experience, right? Like I am seeing somebody injured, right? There's an accident and I see somebody injured on the road. I can feel the pain, but in my own language, my own feeling language. I can't really feel the pain that person is actually going through. That is sharing of experience only.
I'm saying that,
Hmm.
particularly in case of mothers, if their child has had cancer,
Hmm.
then I've seen in 2 or 3 cases that after some time,
Hmm.
the child may get okay, but the mother dies of cancer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do not know whether it is taking of that pain because they share such a good bonding and the consciousness may be involved to a higher extent. But
I
I think somewhere we are all actually we are all connected. So uh, I do not know why you should say that we can't feel others, because we are that connected. And the moment a person, I will say an individual, is ready to shed that uh, separation.
Who
uh, this is
who
what is
Se-
probably I understand
I
from
can just say
transcending.
separation is in me, not the other. Other doesn't have to shed anything. I have to shed separation.
Yes.
And
so
when I
that's the
shed
next.
separation, when I shed separation, then it's not just that person, it's everyone and everything around me that becomes part of me.
Yeah, yeah. The way Neha ji was saying, na, ego doesn't go away; it simply expands, includes.
Yeah, the to me, when I lose my identity, I have shed the barrier. That means I have shed the separation. Losing
Yes.
identity is that part, right? And in dream, we do have a, not fully, to some extent, we still know it's me, right? We still know it's me, in even in the dream state. Yeah. So
So
just,
accessing.
yeah,
Please continue, Shailesh.
just understanding the uniqueness that each of us is very important. It doesn't mean a separation. This whole book is teaching us that part in different ways. We are, each one of us is unique. To that extent, we are different, but still we are made of the same basic element. And because of that reason, we are connected. And because of that connection, we do transact, right? That connection is there through several layers of groups that we are connected with, each one of us. So that connection is transmitting information, transmitting the knowledge created from experiences. Knowledge can be transmitted, but experiencing has to be is not has to be, is specific to the experiencer.
What we
Yeah, there
say
is
if experience is
phenomenon.
knowledge, right? So you learn from the experience. So whatever that experience could be. So one sitting at the river bank can get enlightened, and one through reading and doing sajan sangatya, he might get that experience. So the different ways. But next chapter talks about communicating with our lives, and it emphasizes that we are all connected with each other. The concept that Shailesh just explained, that love and all the connectivity. So there's exchange of information, there is communication, but experience wise, whatever I create for myself, and the situation could be different. One is learning patience in kitchen, one is learning patience in a train, traveling, standing all the time, right? So the experience is the key, experience that brings me wisdom. So if I'm learning the same thing through different scenario, that is what we are doing in all this life. So one
There is
doesn't have to
something
be.
called
Hmm.
quantum entanglement,
Hmm.
which Einstein called as spooky action at a distance. Because he really got spooked by this thing that the he I think separated some atomic particles or subparticles,
Hmm.
and then it was realized that if something was being done to one part, the other part also reacted the same way. I mean,
Hmm.
if you are about to do something to one part,
Hmm.
the other part is showing reaction, and it may be miles and miles away.
Hmm.
I I feel that we are connected to a very very high degree, and probably which is not very much clear to us. Not by just saying that we are all made up of the same ingredient, which is love.
Hmm.
So we are love. We
Hmm.
are made of love,
Hmm.
and everything around us is love. So,
Yes.
but mm, some if we have group consciousness, then I think we have some sort of sharing at a higher level also. I don't
Agreed.
know why I think that,
No,
because
no.
because there is nothing with the help of which I can prove this thing. But um,
I fully agree with what you are saying. However, we are still unique expressions, right?
That's true.
There must be a reason. If I mean, we know that yes, it's just one thing. Think of your, let's for the moment just imagine you are an infinite being beyond the body. What is the meaning of an infinite being? That your body has no limits. That means it is all pervading. Everywhere it's just my body. When we talk in terms of body, let's say. Okay? So my body exists on Mars. It exists at the other end of the universe. And actually, there is no end to the universe because it's infinite. There is no boundary. There is no finite existence. It's infinite. When I am infinite, I am present everywhere at the same time. And when I am present everywhere at the same time, naturally that quantum entanglement is not a magic to me.
And that is happening with everyone, right? I am also there. You are also there. Everybody,
Yes,
each one of us, each plant, everything is like that.
because at the root, we are part of the same infinite existence. So we all can feel it at the same time, instantly. However, we are not in awareness of that part of the body all the time.
Our awareness is shrinked to this body.
Our awareness actually brings us in a zone. That's why think of it, that infinite existence now is popping out as Shailesh in one place, as Gita in another place, as Preeti another place. It's just popping out in expression. It's trying to express, and differently and uniquely each time.
It's very beautiful, and you can experience it. If I can remind you, well, while you are reading some book, especially the autobiography of some enlightened masters, maybe, don't you feel that what you are reading is happening with you? I mean, I could really remember, especially reading the Sita, Untold Story of Sita book. And at many places, I was into those lines, those I had not read. And even before reading, the lines are coming through me as if I'm experiencing it. So what you are saying is that I am experiencing what Mother Sita experienced in that time. So that is possible. It is only about in my state of awareness. Where am I? Right? So changing. So that is why all that has been experienced by so-called enlightened masters, maybe Sita, maybe Babaji, maybe any such, you could connect to that frequency, and you can, get the information, the truth that exists in the story, the part of it, or maybe everything. It depends on our awareness only.
This is Gita ji. This is all very abstract thing. We cannot really conclude on any of this stuff unless we experience it. And I have
It's
not experienced
experiential.
it that much. Yeah.
Right.
Whatever I have experienced, whatever I know, I share.
But with my experience, all I can say that, many times I go and touch the books of many other masters, and um, it just says that all-knowing intelligence has everything in it. So Mother Yashodhara or Draupadi or Sita, anybody who had that experience is already there, and you just connect to that. You do not carry the wisdom within you. You just, carry it from that cloud of wisdom anytime you need it. Maybe going through any situation, and it's more for your expression. How do you act, or do things differently when you have that knowledge, when you know that you have all that knowledge? So what the other person said and what Shaileji said, both are true, but it depends on our situation. That other person says that others' experience is my experience. Yes, sometimes I could feel a mother losing her child and living her life in that pain. Sometimes I cannot feel a male person acting in ego, in isolation, in fear, or in what state. So, so
Once
that has to be
again,
learned.
once again, mother's pain, mother's experience of a loss of a child has nothing to do with the child. It is she feeling loss of her part, the part which she called Mera, mine, my child. That is lost. That part which she had so much held on to, that part was lost. When another child died in a neighboring hospital, she didn't have any problem. So the association of every individual is with their own thing actually. My loss. That is what causes the problem.
Ego loss of mother.
I put
So
on the characteristic of a mother, that role, the mask of a mother, assumed that a mother has to be like this. Utilizing that, I was fulfilling the needs of my ego. And every mask that we put on is used to nourish the ego, to satisfy the ego. That's the reason why it is so difficult to shed the mask. Shedding the mask is not easy. I suddenly feel that I have become naked. I have no identity. If I shed the mask, who am I then? But then shedding the mask opens up something else. Then I have to start recognizing that and learning who I am. This is that whole exercise of being spiritual, right? That is the exercise. Shed one mask at a time and know yourself deeper. One more layer, one more deeper. Like that. And through knowing myself, I know everyone else also. That part is important. Why? Because then I know that we are connected. That person called Geeta sitting in front of me is just me only, but expressing differently. And now I become curious. Now I become happy. Wow, how can I express in that fashion? Right? That's another experience. I'm experiencing myself expressed as a different person. It is when you begin to do that, it's really, really so awesome to experience that. This is we are talking about expansion of our consciousness, right? Yes, Nehaji is here. Let's hear Nehaji. Yeah, you can enlighten us now.
Namaste, everyone. When I said that ego expands in dreams, what I meant was the ego expands from its waking limitations. I think you also meant the same. So, uh, like ego, the in dream state, we are creating a lot more than our waking state. So, in that way, we are infinite and we are limitless. And that expansion is happening in that state while we are creating something. So basically, what I feel that if there is a deep subconscious memory of something, like a feeling of something, the subconscious just magnifies that in the dreams. So even if I have a like I mentioned also, like a fear of lizard or something, it subconscious just magnifies that whole image into something else. So it expands that whole, it creates a new picture for me in the dream. And I also believe that ego also dissolves because there are many dreams where we are just watching. We are not participating in that dream. So we are just watching. So ego actually expands also and dissolves also. That's how I connect this in both states. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that,
Yeah, I
yeah,
understood what you are saying.
yeah,
I would only um, think about it slightly different, that I wouldn't call it ego expanding. I would say me expanding,
yeah. I mean, we can say that. So
that
is
way.
that, yeah, it's only
Y-
we are not clinging on to experiences and
Uh-huh.
that's, yeah,
I'm kind of opening up my limitations. That's it. Right?
right.
That's all. In the dream state, what we do is we open up the limitation. Anything like that logical um, rules that we create, logical ladder that we create in our mind, that sort of gets removed, and then anything becomes possible there. And that those limitless possibilities create innovation, create solutions. Also, when um, we this is one aspect of the dream, but we have to also remember what we are learning in this chapter, that dream is a communication from the higher self to the subconscious, right? This is an inner communication that is happening. I am witnessing the dream, and from that learning something that I may be able to do. It is kind of telling me this is an area for you to focus on, this is something you may want to work on.
Got it. Also, I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
that even if, like, whatever we say, the ego expands or dissolves, like I shared that that sense of I exist, like I am, that is there. So I think also for this chapter we need to focus on that awareness aspect, that of it, of the
Yes,
dream. Who is the who is the observer? Who is the experiencer part? So,
yes, yes.
mm,
Yeah. I think most of us are understanding it, is just saying it differently. Yeah,
yeah,
perfect.
true. I got a new definition of ego while while both of you were saying
Yeah.
that ego is, we can say that experiences that don't go are ego, and experiences that we don't hold on to our life. I don't know how it makes sense or no, but that that's I just made it up. Mm.
I
You
will
will
have.
write, you will get more insight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just
Then you
write
can
it
share.
down,
Mm.
yeah,
and then, yeah, once you have more and more
more
clarity,
clarity. Yes,
yeah, we
yes,
can definitely, yes.
thank you.
Write it down right away, otherwise you'll forget.
I've already written it down.
Perfect. Very good.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, I'll explain it. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Nehaji. It was a simple sharing that somebody says others' experiences are my experience too, and somebody says others' experience are other experience, not yours. So it is how it could be different is only through what we perceive. Both are true. In spirituality, especially, there are paradoxes because we don't understand the whole picture. We only understand this much this time, this much this time, and only when I experience it, then only it makes difference. Otherwise, what others say, it's others' experience only. Anyhow, I mean, with this talk, I do realize that we are ready for next week. Expanding communication to
Expanding.
online.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Then we'll talk with everything thing that is inanimate or other than human being. And then we'll see, okay, can we talk and can we get their experience, what they are going through? Can I really feel it, what they are going through? So this will make our experience. Geeta ji, if you want to say something, you can unmute yourself.
Okay,
Rashid. Yeah.
so we are Rajni ji, you can unmute. Yeah.
Atmandan Master.
Abhinandan.
I was listening. मैं अपना एक पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना चाहती हूँ ऐसे ही। मेरे मदर बहुत बार गिरे और उन पे बहुत सी चोटें लगी। उनकी टेल बोन पे बहुत दर्द होता था, तभी उनका हाथ जल गया और शोल्डर फ्रोजन हो गया। तो उन्होंने कहना कि व्हाट आई एम गोइंग थ्रू यू कैन नॉट, ਤੁਸੀਂ नहीं दस सकते है ना, यू कैन नॉट, मतलब समਝ नहीं सकते ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਉਸ ਦਰਦ ਨੂੰ, ਹੈ ਨਾ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ, ਹਾਊ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਡੂਇੰਗ ਵਰਕ ਇਨ ਮਾਈ ਇਨ ਦਾ ਕਿਚਨ ਐਕਸੈਪਟ ऑल दीज, है ना, हाउ आई एम मेकिंग टी। और मैं सोचती थी कि ये दर्द, और इवेंचुअली वो एक एक दर्द फिर मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में जिया। और जब मेरी टेल बोन में वो दर्द मैंने पेन वो किया, अच्छा मेरे मम्मा ऐसे वो पेन होता था। अब मुझे पता है कि वो व्हाट शी वाज फीलिंग। मेरा हाथ कहीं चला तो अच्छा ये मुझे लगा कि अब वो उनका। और मैं अक्सर जैसे कहती है ना कि अ, अगर किसी को भूख लगी हो तो खाना आपको खुद खाना पड़ेगा अपना पेट भरने के लिए। तो इट इज, पर वो आपको खुद एक्सपीरियंस अगर करना है तो यू हैव टू बी दिस मच कनेक्शन। वो बात आपने बिल्कुल ठीक कही शैलेश जी, कि वो जो कनेक्ट होते हो ना, मतलब नाउ आई कैन फील व्हाट, मतलब एक वो होती है ना कि एक वो फियर, एक डर, है ना। एक 20% को अगर मैं देखती हूँ और मैं खुद की वो, फिर है ना, मैं एक एक चीज मेरे दिमाग में घूमती है ना कि द आउट ऑफ फियर और वो हर चीज, है ना। एंड देन द कंपैशन आई फील विद इन माई सेल्फ। वो कंपैशन जो आज मैं मतलब फील करती हूँ, वो जो एक वननेस मैं फील करती हूँ उस करेक्टर के साथ, कि उसने इस अगर रोल को चुना, वो 20 वाले रोल को, तो what he or she is experiencing through that, and what I am seeing with my lens, मैं अपनी लेंस के थ्रू उसको कैसे देखती हूँ। इस यूनिफाइड ने मतलब, और इतना अच्छे से वो अब समझा रही हैं एक एक चीज, मुझे समझ में आता है वो कंपैशन के वाई, वो हर चीज। और वो ड्रीम्स बाय आई एम ब्लेस्ड वन, मुझे वो कभी भी नहीं भूलते। मैं मतलब इतने सालों से इतने सपने और याद रहते थे मुझे, मतलब आई कैन रिकॉल एनी ड्रीम ऑफ। और मैं सोचती थी ये कैसे हो सकता है मुझे, मतलब अगर मैं किसी को कहती थी, वो कहते थे अच्छा ऐसे होता है, मैं कहती हाँ मुझे तो फिल्म की तरह याद है वो बिल्कुल। इवन परसों की मेडिटेशन भी थी, तो मेरा क्या था कि मैं हेडफोन्स लगा के मैं लेट के, है ना, एंड आई वॉज इन डिफरेंट स्टेट। वो एक क्या था, मैं एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकती अपने शब्दों में उसको। अगर मैं पिक्चर बनाना चाहूँ, अगर मैं पिक्चर बना भी दूँ, तो वो चीजें जो मैंने देखी जो की, है ना, तो इट्स माय पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस। और अगर गीता जी जो एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं, जो शैलेश जी एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं अपनी लाइफ में, अगर मुझे वो, तो वो कनेक्शन मुझे फिर वो आपके साथ वो बनाना पड़ेगा। एक वो वननेस का कनेक्शन है जो मेरी अपनी मदर के साथ, जो वो वन एक हुई मैं, है ना, वो पेन को मैंने फिर ऑब्जर्व किया। अब जो मेरी बॉडी में जितनी भी पेन्स हैं, है ना, तो नाउ आई कैन वो एक समझ पाती हूँ मैं उसको उन।
एक डिफरेंस है यहाँ पे,
हम्म,
you were one with your mother, you felt one with your mother, but
yeah,
you still could not understand the pain till such time you went through the same experience.
yes, yes, I am,
So,
yes, yes.
so
Mm,
by being one with your mother, you invited the experience, you manifested the experience,
yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes,
And after going through the experience, then you could say, well, now I know
Yes,
what is the
yes,
meaning
yes,
of it.
yes, yes, yes.
So
I personally I did this, and
तो
now I
इसको
can.
अंडरस्टैंड करना है. हाँ, देयर इज अ डिफरेंस है. तो
Yes.
अंग्रेजी में एक कहावत नहीं है, देयर इज अ सेइंग इन इंग्लिश दैट
Mm-hmm.
only the wearer knows where the shoe pinches,
Yes,
right? So
yes, very true.
that's exactly what this means, is that we
Yes,
we I cannot, just by seeing somebody, I cannot experience what they have experienced unless I go through that set of circumstances myself. When I go through that set of circumstances, I will experience it, and then I will know, okay, what this means.
yes. Even पेन की बात नहीं शैलेश जी.
हाँ,
अब मेरे दिमाग में एक चीज, अभी जब गीता जी और आप बात कर रहे थे, मेरे दिमाग में रसगुल्ले का आया है ना. शैलेश जी रसगुल्ला मुंह में सेम रखेंगे, एक ही हलवाई से ये लाया हुआ, एक ही दुकान से लाया हुआ, और मैं सेम रसगुल्ला अपने मुंह में रखूंगी, तो हमारा एक्सपीरियंस डिफरेंट होगा
exactly.
उस मीठे को लेकर.
Absolutely. In my case, definitely my sugar will shoot up to 14, 15. But in your case, it could be different, right? Experience, of course, will be different.
Yeah,
And even the effect will be different because we are
yeah,
different. Existences are different, right? So
yeah,
the
बिल्कुल.
uniqueness. Hmm.
यस, जो यूनिकनेस है, अब गुलाब के फूल है ना, वो
Yeah.
हर गुलाब का फूल, मतलब वो कितने गुलाब के फूल लगे होते हैं, बट हर की अपनी एक यूनिकनेस है. उनमें सेम वो कलर है ना, वो हर एक की,
Yes.
but the uniqueness each and every beingness is carrying,
But
Yes.
taste will
make
still
us.
remain the
Yes,
sweet
yes,
for
yes, yes,
rasgulla,
yes.
and the flower will
Yes,
still be beautiful.
yes, वही खुशबू उसकी वही होगी, बट वो मतलब it's a, yes, yes, you are true, Geeta ji. Yeah, sorry, Preeti ji. Yes, you are true. Thank you. It's a beautiful
Thank you.
journey I'm doing with you, all master. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Wonderful.
और
Rajni ji.
अब thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm grateful.
That, sir,
Excellent.
you said we choose to manifest it in our life. When just now they said, no, the mother got cancer and the mother died of cancer. She chose to manifest the child's pain in her life.
Ah,
So
exactly.
we have the power to choose our manifestations.
Yes, exactly. I have gone through that experience.
That's
Fortunately,
where
I
the
didn't.
lesson is.
Fortunately, I did not die. I did that exactly. Exactly the same thing. This is my life's experience. My wife was suffering. Fortunately, she suffered for a very small period of 4 weeks. And I used to sit by her side and watch her in that state of pain. And I was constantly, now think about it, this is because of emotions. From emotions, this is where we land. So, because of being emotional, I was constantly praying, God, take away her pain. I am willing to compensate for it. I am ready to take that pain, relieve her of the pain. So, in a very short period, she just left. And within 6 months of that, I developed exactly same cancer in myself. I got the sample. It was not the whole thing, but I got a sample of that. And then basically universe said, okay, you asked for it, here it is, take it.
And also, see, in a family, not everybody gets that, right? Whoever is emotionally not able to take that situation, he manifests that in his life. You see another's life trauma and you experience, oh, how poor it is, how bad it is, and then you create for yourself.
So this is exactly, I don't, I'm only sharing my experience. It probably happens in a similar way to mothers because of emotional attachment. To me, I am very clear of the cause was my emotional attachment only. And later on, as I developed more understanding and wisdom about these aspects, I got to understand this thing also, that my emotional attachment was actually focused on me. The wife was only a trigger. Through her, I used to feel love. So, if you separate it, the actual thing was feeling of love. She was just an object. And when I was kind of afraid of losing that, I went through trauma. So essentially, that's the reason why such things are manifested much faster and quicker, because your inner being is aligned with the conscious thought. It will right away, it will manifest. The alignment of conscious thought and your subconscious framework, once they are aligned, it manifests. That's the formula. We have learned that. So
Many
if you're
times easily we say, right, that oh God, please save him. इसको बचा लो, मुझे कुछ हो जाए तो हो जाए, but इसको बचा लो. इतना simple word में we just express our feelings in those moments.
So this is the power of that one single thing we are being taught. Do not interfere with anyone else's life. This is the meaning actually. If you interfere, you are going to pull that thing into your life. Keep your life separate from everybody else's life. Let them do what they want to do. Allow them the freedom to choose. Basically, not interfering is this only. I interfered with my wife's experiencing of pain. That interference is what caused me to borrow it then. Important thing, interference is extremely dangerous. It's a double-edged sword. You think you are doing good to the other. This example is that only. I felt actually that I am helping my wife be relieved of pain. Intention was beautiful. But I was actually interfering with her experience of that thing. That's why sometimes you will hear me talking about contradicting things about kindness, right? To me, kindness is not a good thing. Whatever the books may say, this is from my personal experience I am telling you.
Kindness is to teach
Compassion
kids.
is a totally different thing.
That's for spiritually evolved people, but kindness is for people who are in this world, living in unawareness in this body consciousness, just trying to be nice, and they feel good because they do express their love in different ways.
And to be nice means satisfying my ego. When I am being nice, what does it actually do? Think about it. Everyone wants to be nice to others, not to self. Think to others only. Why? Because you will be perceived as a nice person. That will satisfy your ego.
Who cares about truth?
So when the kids were small, I was told that whenever they fall or they need someone, you say, God is there with you. You don't say, I am there with you. So connect them to the higher, to the universe, connect them to God, connect them. So wherever they are in life, they will connect by themselves as they learn it. Or when a loved one is going through pain, I was told that God give him the strength to rise above this situation. God give him the power to understand what is going on in their life. and leave it at that.
Mm.
Also, I had seen a friend lose their child, and I took it in that, oh my God, it's such a big thing to lose someone. And a week later, somebody else lost. And when she was asked, she said, yeah, he merged with the divine. So he came for a role, he finished his role, and he went back to where he came from. And that's when I realized everyone's interpretation is different. You don't have to feel the pain that another person feels, but you can rise above the pain and experience something else.
Exactly. It's our choice.
So I like that you said, I choose to manifest. So anything that happens onward from here, I remind myself again and again, I choose to manifest that.
Absolutely, because we are the creators of our reality. We cannot, this is a very important, very strong information. We just don't pay enough attention to it. But understanding that, and not only understanding, but also the realization that I am the creator of my own reality, this realization itself is enlightenment. Everything becomes clear to you then. After that, you will not look outside at all. You will always be in focused. Just this one statement.
Sir,
I-
one more thing. This statement about pain is there in our this thing also. When we deal with the uninvited influences, we say that you feel no pain now and you are not afraid. So probably reminding them that that can be removed by you from the soul memory. The bodily or the other pains you might have felt during a lifetime. And I've heard that sometimes people carry bodily pains from their previous lives too. If somebody had been stabbed in the previous life, that person is having pain at that. So that means it is possible to shed pain, but that has to be a decision made with certain intention. And I feel JRG has stated a very important thing, that if one intends to rise above this pain, like we are telling the uninvited influences, that you do not feel any pain now. So just think that, what are we doing there? We are giving them a message that now you have transcended.
Exactly.
So, and remember to transcend. Remember to transcend. Don't carry this. Remember to shed it, right?
Yeah, those uninvited influences that are being addressed here are those lost souls, right? Who think they are still in the body, but they are actually not. They are living in that illusion, right? So what we are telling them is, since you don't have a body, there is no pain. You can't have pain, right? That's what we are reminding them. The background is that
pain cannot be associated only with body. One feels pain in mental body also, I think. Emotional pains and all that. So it's not that we are reminding them that you don't have a body. I think the message is deeper than that.
Yes. We are also reminding them that you are whole and healthy. So we are reminding them of their wholeness, their perfection, which we are learning here in to understand that as an image of God, we are all perfect and complete and whole. Right? The same thing we are reminding them as well. But you don't feel pain and you are not afraid are two things associated with the body. Usually. That's how it is, right? Association of mind and body creates these two situations. So we are basically...
Probably you are considering more than the physical bodies, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You mean to say all four bodies. But mental
Yeah.
body, energy body, they're not carrying anything. They have shed the physical body.
They have only shed the physical body, rest of them are there. They are not in physical body, but all other bodies do exist. But they are living under the illusion that, oh, no, I'm carrying my body. And they have that fear and pain and those things. That's what we call them as lost souls, right? They are lost in their own illusion. And we help them eliminate that illusion, telling them that their reality is that. This process is very West oriented, actually. In the West here, in all spiritual circles, this is what is practiced. I learned it here before reading this book, earlier on in my learnings here, when I was learning about healing and about Akashic records, about channeling. In that process, I was part of a big spiritual set of people here. Their understanding of lost souls and how they need to be helped, saying exactly this is the process that we used to use even then. Same process. And what we learned in the process was that you don't have to be afraid of them. These are lost souls. We have to help them find their self and the path, release themselves. That's this procedure. And in the process, we also remove our connection with them also. When we let them go, we say, you go, we are actually disconnecting ourselves also. So it's like a two-way thing. I at one point in time I used to do this, sit down, close my eyes and sit down, and this was part of the learning that I was doing in that course, and as part of the practice, we had to just sit down and then observe, are we able to feel any of such souls around us? And then we had to sort of become friendly with them, respectfully deal with them, and then in that process give them the correct thought and allow them to be released into light. We used to send them to, actually, what do we call, transmute them into light. That was the procedure we followed. But these steps, whatever we have, are exactly that only. And author being from here probably had some influence of that as well. Etika ji is asking, give some information about Akashic records. You have them inside you only, your subconscious. You are learning about it actually, but not giving the name. That's it. You are learning about Akashic records only. Akashic records are a record of everything that you have experienced in all your existences. That's all it is. It's a database. And it is your subconscious mind, your experiences. And you have them within you. You can access them anytime. But there is also a belief, I would call it, a belief or an understanding, a widely understood concept, that you can access somebody else's Akashic record with their permission. So that part I really can't explain in this way, that I can't access your subconscious without going through the group consciousness. I can access, but I have to go through group consciousness. That's the connection. Your higher self, group consciousness, my higher self, and then me. That's the path. So then I am connected to your subconscious also. Most of the commercial existence around us, the ads, they use subconscious reprogramming technique to get them to buy their products. Yeah. Yes. Permission is a very important part of this all these practices. If you are working with somebody else, permission is important, because then because of that permission, you are not interfering. That means you are keeping yourself protected. That's why permission. This is this is a very unproven domain where you really can't prove anything. You can only feel it. That's why these things, these practices they have existed forever, but because they could not be understood by our five senses, they were always kept separate, and actually they were looked down upon at one point in time, right? Witches were all killed. They were called witches. That all that knowledge did exist at that time also, and some of them misused it, and that's why the social system kind of separated them and actually destroyed them. So many factors were there, but today we are more open. We are more openly discussing about it. We are more openly accepting it. Our awareness is growing. We are through this book. Imagine you have begun to accept your own existence beyond the body. At some point you may not have even accepted this thing. Oh, am I there beyond my body? No, I don't agree with that, because I can't see it. But over time we are expanding our awareness as we grow our awareness through our personal experiences of meditation. We have known it now. We have known that yes, there is more to my existence, more than the body. That's how we are expanding our awareness. We are learning more. So more, and because people are openly accepting it, people are more open to such thoughts. We are growing. It's a development through group consciousness only. Once again, group consciousness plays a big role in all this. All right, good. Lot of scattered discussion today, but most of it is about expansion of our group consciousness, and in the next 2-3 chapters we are going to be doing more beyond where we are today. So just keep practicing for the next 3-4 days. I will create a podcast also from these sessions and then share with you in next couple of days. Takes 24 hours for YouTube to process these videos, and then I can create. So just keep doing what you are doing. Podcasts are very helpful for you to refresh the summary. In a short period of time you will have a summary, so utilize that. We are trying to do the best to help you go deeper in your understanding of this. So good. So thank you, Jayaji. Thank you so much for your contribution today, your meditation and your summary for the session was excellent. Now keep
Sir,
doing
are we
more.
about to end the session now?
Let me just, Sheelamji wants to ask something. Let me just see. And then we will end. Yeah.
I just
Just
wanted to tell the masters who understand Hindi that we are having that PMC Rajasthan session in about an hour and 15 minutes.
Hmm.
Uh, because that idea in chapter 18 was we are each other's vehicle in attaining wholeness. So those masters, they said they are approached by entities during their meditation. So that's why I took your permission also. I had some problem with my tooth. I have taken painkiller also. Because I don't want to miss that opportunity of being a vehicle in wholeness. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
But
no worries.
it's totally Hindi speaking. And I think the Western countries only, because the East will be ahead of us. Hai na? They're already nearing 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. or 12 a.m.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good. Thank you.
Shailesh, I
Yeah.
just want to ask, your podcasts are only in Hindi or it is in English as well?
They are separate. English podcasts are separate. They are available as a separate playlist. We have now done it for starting from week 1 onwards. All podcasts are there till our current week. Yeah, they are there in the playlist.
India, Mukul.
KP Minimart.
Yeah, that's that one I wanted to confirm.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
There is a separate playlist for English podcasts. And podcasts are also available on Spotify, by the way. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I will share the link to the playlist again in the group today.
Okay. Thank you, Shailesh. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, masters. Thank you for joining us today. Tomorrow we will do the question answer session. Any more questions if you have, you can discuss there, and then continue your practice. Right? Get ready for the next week's. Next week will be another interesting learning about consciously connecting to the expanded consciousness. Okay. So thank you. Thank you.